Bro, we are doing this thing.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun meetings we were talking about offline. But as I was telling you, it's one of those things where it's like I'm having so many great conversations that needed to convert into actionable items. But one of them, which I'm excited about, and just kind of explain, the Street Tales Network is the umbrella for all the podcasts. Street Tales, 56'N, Mo and her sister are soon to record. Still giving Mo shit. I'm like, where's the episode that? But I'm trying to have a conversation with you is coming, and working on a fourth as well. So, trying to expand this thing. But with that being said, multiple things happening at one time. We're going to be launching an apparel line with Living Blue Apparel, which is awesome because it's actually the same like quality stuff, like Adidas polos and like quality shit.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But with that being said, all proceeds, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to make whatever it is off the show. I was like, I'd rather all proceeds go to charity.
Yeah.
And so I'm meeting with Blue Cancer Connect next week, which I'm fucking down with. But I'll read their mission. Blue Cancer Connect is the nation's premier law enforcement cancer resource. Our mission is to show empathy, provide encouragement, and offer support following a life-altering diagnosis of cancer. And the founder, Vicky, her husband passed away from cancer, and we've had a few other people on here who either had cancer or something in their family. And once again, I don't know how to dive into it or dig around, and I'm not trying to shit on any agency because I get it, but it's like, oh man, you got cancer, that sucks, bro. And then that just, you kind of go away.
Yeah.
Still got bills, still got medical stuff. You got kids to raise, you got food. You see what I'm saying? Like your life doesn't stop.
It's that's a tough spot. It's a tough spot to be in. Business, I guess, say the business wise, industry wise, you want to do as much as you can for as long as you can, but obviously you can't do it forever. And eventually you got to draw a line in the sand, unfortunately. So I get it.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate. But anyway, with that being said, Blue Cancer Connect is one of those things where, even if, it'd be cool to be like, oh, here's $1 million, but that's not how it always is. But even if it's a couple $100, here, go get some groceries or have a nice dinner or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Everything helps.
But so that's the other part. So then you go, oh, I want to partner with a charity. I want to do that. Dude, type in charity in Google and you're like, holy shit. And then how many of them are legit? How many, there's so many that are like 98% of all donations go to admin and pay and whatever.
Running the company.
Yeah. This, that.
Yeah.
So pumped about that. And also with apparel stuff, it's I'm having these conversations where I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Like I'm one of those guys that's like, oh, this is great. We should do this. That's not a logo. That's an image. Oh, okay. That's true. Okay. Well, do you know how to design a logo? No. Okay. What would you like in your logo? Anyway, so when we roll out the initial line, there'll probably be a few different logos.
Yeah.
Depending on, polo, long sleeve t-shirt, stuff like that. To be honest with you, I'm kind of cool with it though. Because for me, it's like one doesn't necessarily tie into the other. Like a polo is not meant to look like a hoodie, right?
Of course not.
And my hoodie brand of choice is like Carhartt, Columbia. So it's very much just like the name on the sleeve, whatever. Anyway, it's interesting though. Because then you're like, oh, well, what color? What colors? All these things. I was like, oh my God. A lot that goes into it, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot, but it's not, don't overcomplicate it.
That's what I'm not doing. I'm leaning on somebody who does it for a living. I'm like, what do you think looks good? And then, pick a couple options. I like that one. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, there's also hey, this looks good, but also what's going to be also the most cost effective as well.
Well, again, for us, me, it's like, I don't, I just want as much of the proceeds to be able to go to charity. Like, I'm not trying to make money on it. I'm excited about it, though.
I think it's a great idea. I like the ones that we've looked at so far. I think they're dope.
Then we'll have a 56'N one as well. Let's go, baby.
That's going to be fun.
I'd love to be able to do all that.
Yeah, it'll be fun, bro. It's, me. Fucking just go.
Well, and I like it so that's the other thing. I think we were talking about this offline as well. Started this podcast with like a free, like an app that was like $10 a month. Audio was terrible. Then you upgrade, and I think I did the original one from my phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that sounds awful. And all the comments were like, bro, the stories are great, but the audio is so trash. I can't listen to it. I was like, okay, we got to fix that, right? Because it's getting in the way of the content.
Mm-hmm.
So then you upgrade. You're like, okay. Still trying to be, because, we're just figuring out. Don't even know if we like it yet.
Yep.
Next thing you know, you're launching websites and you're redesigning social media. You're having conversations with social media marketing teams, and you're just
formatting
is a thing. And I'm like, and I keep telling people, I was like, look, I am learning. I'm passionate about what we're doing. I love all the shows that we have and the ones that are coming, like the concepts. I love it. And I want to execute well so that I'd hate for it to be like a production or a quality thing get in the way of something that's really impactful into somebody's, it's people's stories, right?
Yeah.
Like that shit's important to me. Actually, I got one for you, buddy, because I was talking to my psychiatrist.
Okay.
It's awesome because she's also a fan of the show and the book and all this other stuff. But I was like, I'm struggling because being in law enforcement, I don't talk about myself. Like that's not a thing. I'm very private with my world.
Yeah.
My close friends, my family, that's it. That's all. That's people I don't go out and advertise what I do.
Yeah.
And on the business side, I've had multiple business people go, yeah, you got to stop that immediately. Like that. That's not how it works. And I said, and then the other part is like, I have fun doing it and it's not a money thing. And then, so I said that to Dr. P and she's like, yeah, you got to stop that because there's nothing wrong with making money. She goes, you should want to make all the money. And I was like, she goes, it depends on the intent behind why and what you're doing. And it ties into what I was saying. If you want a better product, you want to, you got to have equipment, all these things, right? All these things tie in. And it's like, oh, all right, you're right.
I would agree with that. And in most cases, you kind of get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
That's why there's certain things I don't skimp on, like electronics. I don't skimp on electronics at all.
Yeah, because they fucking die when you need it.
Exactly. I don't skimp on electronics. All my TVs are top notch. My surround sound systems in all the rooms are top notch. Let's see what else. Gaming shit, like electronics. I don't skimp on certain shit. I could care less, right?
Yeah.
Like
you've stepped your food game up too, buddy.
Oh yeah, well yeah, bro. You have to. You have to. I only eat fucking filet mignon lately. But that's the beauty of Costco.
It is.
It's the beauty of bulk buying at Costco. And then
I will say beef has come down, bro.
It has.
I got steaks like the last a month or two ago. 4 steaks was like $120. I was like, I'm not buying that. I went there. It was like 70, which is still a little, but it ain't 120.
It's true.
So anyway,
it's true. Again, certainly I don't skip it. I eat filet mignon. That's pretty much what I eat. I eat the high quality eggs. And people are like, eggs cost, I don't know how much. Like, I'm like, I don't know what that means. I just buy what I need, and however the price is the price.
You buy 4 packs of eggs, bro?
Yeah, right. I eat 4 packs of eggs or 4 eggs at a sitting. I was like, it's not going to work. Give me the big carton. You got the crate? Can I get the crate? Yeah, give me the crate.
Let me get a pallet of eggs.
Exactly. But yeah, man, it's obviously we've seen it from the beginning, right? But it's definitely a come up from the AirPods on your phone to to the mic setup to the walking through the setups and shit like that. So but when you're ascending, when you're going through it, it's a part of the process, part of the business. It is what
it's fun. And I'm glad I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I could do it. I'm excited to see how get into the speaking game, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be that'll be interesting. And I'm sure people watching or listening that know us, outside of this in the actual real world in real life, right? Not on your Black Mirror, but I don't like public speaking like that. I don't. And they're like, how do you don't like you deal with people every day? I was like, yeah, me being able to do it and liking it is 2 different things.
Well, that's why I don't know. I think I'm okay with it and good at it, but I was realizing the other day, I've only ever done it from a place of authority, meaning I was speaking in front of people that I was instructing or whatever it is, right? It was from a place of authority, not let me share something and educate you on. It's not like that. I don't know. I've heard it's like, yeah, one's no different than the other. As long as you could do it in front of people, then it doesn't matter what you're talking about. I was like,
I think there's a slight difference. Like what you're talking about from a place of, I actually think it might be, obviously, I'm not quite sure, but in my head, I'm thinking it may be a little bit easier to speak in front of people that you don't have from that position of authority, only because they signed up to be here.
Yeah, like they want to be there.
They want to be there, as opposed to who don't. You know what I'm saying?
As opposed to people who are getting paid to be there.
Exactly. So like, I'm rationalizing. Okay, in certain places, people want to be here, so it's like there's less pressure. You know what I mean? I mean, we've all instructed
or more, because now you got to make sure you do a good job.
Not even then. I think it takes. Right. I would be more stressed to do the thing like teaching a class. Way more stressed about that than as opposed to, like this is, to me, when we're doing this kind of shit, very low stress.
It's just you and me talking to each other, bro.
But not even that. Like I'm not worried about saying the wrong thing or stumbling over my words or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as opposed to like, if this was like a Zoom meeting for fucking, a Fortune 500 company, I'd probably be a little bit more tense. But in this case, no.
Yeah. Well, what's funny about that is I've had conversations with people who run those Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
I'm again, Secret Service. It's a little different because it's like it's our business. But for me, it's like they're no. They're no different. They just have much bigger budgets.
That's it, bro. That's it.
They have much bigger budgets, bro, and they're thinking of things in very different numbers than what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah. For like 20, 30 grand, you could do that. Okay, bro.
Okay.
I'm talking like 200-300. Like
you just okay. I hear your 20, 30 grand. Okay, now bring that down to my budget ish. Now on a scale, bring that down here.
What can you do with this $500 in a money clip?
As a matter of fact, let me take a couple hundred out of that. Just to
actually, you know what? I forgot. I need to buy groceries this week.
Let me
slide that.
I got $50 for you. What can you do with
that? Oh shit! Oh fuck! I love it. All right, bro. Let's get into it. So, you wanted to dive deeper into imposter syndrome?
Yeah, man. Because I think it's something that.
What do you mean by that, though?
So I think the more we brought it up, we talked about it, I think I've come to a point in my life where I've kind of maybe, I want to say gotten over it, but I realize it more when it's happening, and I'm able to kind of like snap out of it a little bit more in the moment, right?
What do you mean? What scenario? Give me a scenario, bro.
Okay.
I need to put myself where you're talking about.
We'll do one like in a professional setting, right? So, we're both around, 39-ish, 40-ish age range, right? Which is adult, fully grown adult man, right? You have 2 children, you know what I mean? That kind of, then you have family, you know what I mean? And that kind of shit, right? So I've noticed, and I don't know if this kind of just has stuck around since we were just like young deputies, that like, when you're fresh and new, you would fucking, oh, the major's coming in, and everybody just fucking like kind of like locks up, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta be on my, like, in situations like that, I'm like, why y'all doing that? Like, bro, he's first of all, let's back up a second. I was like, we're all grown men in here. Okay. That's number one. We're all grown men in here. 2, not even as an adversarial thing, right? It's like, you can't whoop my ass. Right? Or even if you try to, you're gonna have a very, very bad day. It's gonna cost you a lot, right?
Yeah.
To the point, hey, you better be willing to die because I am if we get into this. You know what I'm saying? So like on that level too, right? Yeah. And 3, it's like I've accomplished things in my own life that stack up on its own, right? So it's like, why am I guess in essence like lowering myself? You know what I mean? Or like wonder, or like kind of like,
there's a respect thing, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but I guess you're like questioning if you belong in a certain room or belong in certain spaces because you're looking at the the accomplishments, because you respect the accomplishments and the people also in the room. But at the same time, it's like, no, I belong in this fucking room too. Yeah. I've done shit as well. So it's like getting to that point, not just like professionally, but like just in life in general. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if it's like a societal thing either, man. It's like, I think maybe we've stressed a lot, maybe culturally or societally, right? To, people preach, be humble, be humble. And, you don't want to come off as arrogant or, full of yourself or too grandiose. I'm like, no, 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 hell, absolutely, no. That's stupid. Not that stupid. Is like, why would I, if I like who I am and where I am and what I've done, what I've accomplished, I'm proud of that. Why should I lessen that or lower that? Or like, why should I dim my light because yours isn't as bright as mine?
Well, let me say this. One, I hear what you're saying. Two, I
Mm-hmm.
learned something new. Meek or meekness, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. Because that's a Christian thing and it's been skewed. And I've always actually struggled with the concept of that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is that? Like, I have to kind of what you're talking about. Well, I can't remember where I heard it, but it was this week I heard it. And someone was talking about meekness. And they were like, that concept and that word and the definition has been lost.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from, they used to call it meeking a horse, meaning a war horse
Mm-hmm.
that you were preparing for battle and violence.
Mm-hmm.
So you're taking a wild animal and you're meeking it, and not so that it can be less than or subdued, so that it can be more proficient and ready for war and battle.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that I can get behind. You don't want to just be wild and crazy. There's basically it's almost like a time and a place, and it takes training and honing. I was like, okay, I can get behind that. I'm tracking with that. I like that.
Control chaos.
I like it, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are war horses, bro. Like kill you with their hooves and kick you and bite you and fucking get nasty and, screaming and yelling all around, and it's locked in on what it's got to do. You see what I'm saying? And they call that meeking the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. I think the general, I guess the way people use the word meek, right? If you're looking for context, the context contextually, right? Context wise will make you think that meek is weak and soft and unable, feeble, if you will. And that's not what it is.
Yeah.
It's not what it is.
No. Yeah. We've talked about this and we don't have to dive into it, but I listen to a lot of YouTube and stuff like that, but they play radio shows and TV stuff from, I don't know, like the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, like that era. It was just so interesting. They had just such a different way of speaking. The words they used, the tone, the way, like, I can't even do the radio voices like, hey, and I don't even know how to do it. I can't even do it, so I'm not even trying. It comes off terrible. But sometimes it's like, I don't know. I feel like in a lot of ways they were much more precise and clear with the words, and like people understood what you were saying. Well, the way we talk now is all emojis, hashtags. You and I've talked. It's lazy.
Yeah.
If I can't get my point across to you in 30 seconds, sometimes less. Click, next, skip. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've seen it a lot. I've noticed it a lot, right?
Yeah.
In the way people communicate. I personally am not an elaborate speaker in the sense of I'm very to the point and concise in the way that I speak. Right? I don't use a lot of filler. I don't use a lot of like I'm not the best storyteller, I think, because I don't, I'm very quick. The information that you need, and that's what you get. And I also, people will say, you're very soft spoken, you know what I mean? And you don't speak a lot. I was like, well, I don't, if I don't have anything to say, I'm just gonna fill the air with space. That doesn't mean anything. And two, like I said, I like to be clear and concise and efficient with my words. And to me, it gives it more power because I'm not just rambling on. So like when I'm speaking, it's because I have something to say and I know what I'm saying. I know what I think, and that's it. I've noticed that. I don't know if it's a generational thing, but I can't say I have noticed. And just trying to convey my thoughts and emotions and feelings and thoughts sometimes to people, it's like you don't really know how to communicate, do you? So you're reading it back, and it's like what took me. Also, I'm a much better writer when it comes to getting my point across as opposed to speaking, But I've noticed
like, gonna publish a book,
even just like texting, it's easier for me to kind of like think it through as I'm writing, as opposed to like saying it real quick.
Yeah.
But even like having conversation with people back and forth via text or I was about to say like a letter, like email, right? It's like I just noticed I was like, oh, you're not a very good communicator. It's like you said that already. I got it. You know, I keep saying it. I got it.
Yeah.
And two, I've noticed small sidebar. People are like, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm like, I think you mean agree with you. I was like, just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying. I just don't agree with you. I just don't agree.
You're wrong.
I think you're wrong. I have a different opinion, and I don't agree with you. But I did understand what you said. Yes, I'm not an idiot. Yeah.
No, for sure. Not to, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Had the conversation with Dr. Raul Mira, and he's a board certified child, adolescent, adult psychiatrist, 35 years in the field, in the game. He started a company called Emotional Vaccines. Very good. Anyway, all that to be said, he's talking about what's going on with the youth today. And it's not just youth, but a lot of it also impacts adults. But he brings up a lot of things. Screen time. He hates video games for a lot of reasons, but he goes, you're starting to warp fantasy and reality. And then as a child, when parents just give their kid the cell phone or the tablet or whatever from a very early age, he was talking about basically from, to the time you're born till like 12, 13, your mind is creating pathways. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. But it's creating all these things. And then in your teen years, it's called synaptic pruning. So whatever you don't use, your brain just kind of, not that it's dead, but it just kind of goes, oh, he's not using that. Boop, 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 boop. And so when you're just locked into a fantasy and then your brain goes click, 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 now you're even more hyper focused. You lost the ability, the ability to communicate with another human, touch nature, go out, put your feet in the grass type deal.
Yeah.
It goes away. Add on to that, what they're consuming has become exceptionally more violent. And a lot of it, one of the reasons we're talking is like the amount of like brutal violence that is now you can watch on all platforms.
Yeah.
You could see the death occurring, like that kind of shit. And it's
crazy
everywhere you look. And then everybody's talking about it. And then the last thing was, he remember, he's older, but I also remember I was born in the 80s, sitting around the kitchen table, which most families don't even do anymore. I'm guilty of that as well. So this is not a judgment thing, but he doesn't ever remember having like in-depth debates on politics and, who, like that. It was never like that. You know what I mean? And then also parents should model respect and what respect looks like. So when you say whatever, that person deserved to die or whatever, you're dehumanizing this individual. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And then the last point, keep it under 5, is the creation of despair. So 6th grade, right? Or whatever, elementary school, you're learning the world's going to burn, come to an end. We're killing the earth. We're all going to die. Look at all these foreign wars happening. Everyone's dying. Oh my God. It's the worst thing that's ever happened. I don't know what,
the world's not a safe place. Yep.
It's not a safe place. It's almost like you're pumping this into a kid who's in like, well, then why the fuck should I even try?
Yeah.
What does it matter if I'm just going to die anyway? And then lastly, he was talking about, schools now have school shooter drills. So you're creating that thought of death and despair, and this could happen to me.
Yeah, it's almost like you're creating, you're manifesting that shit, to be honest.
And then you compound all of that with all the other things I just said with diet and nutrition. And he also brings up the youth today, 2025, is the most sleep deprived generation that has ever existed in the human race. Yeah.
Sleeping is interesting.
Sleeping is very important.
Well, yeah, just
well, because they're on their cell phones, they're on the video, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, their brains are fried.
And then sleeping is not just for your body, but it's for your brain. Matter of fact, when you sleep, your mind is most active because it's rebooting essentially. So when you deprive it that ability to reboot, on top of the fact that you're pummeling it full of violent video game, social media content, or when I say derogatory, hate-filled speech, whatever the fuck it is,
kind of crazy shit. Yep.
And then their parents are doing the same thing, and then they go to school and they're doing the same thing. It's like they never get a break, dude.
Yeah, shit, even as an adult, even as a 39-year-old adult.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't need to see that shit either.
Yeah, even then, I'm like, I've been on this shit too much. Let me back off of this for a minute. Like, yeah,
Oh yeah. I have been doing my best to get better at just at a certain time. I'm just like, boop, phone,
Yep, done. Out of here.
I do the noise thing. There's certain people that call,
Oh yeah,
whatever. Certain people
yeah.
call, it'll ring. Other than
It'll
that,
ring
I'll
through.
see it in the morning.
Yeah, not important.
It doesn't matter. I don't need to see something that happened at 2:00 in the morning. I can see it at 6 or 7:00 in the morning. It's fine. It's just fine.
Also, me. I'll see that shit at 2:00 in the afternoon. Like if it was that important, you would have called me.
Well, so tying that all in, so think about all that shit, and then I was like, being off shift work. It's only been a year.
Bro.
Buddy, my body, my brain, like my emotional well-being is like I'm losing weight, not doing really anything different. Just I have consistent sleep, consistent workout, consistent diet, just all those things tied in. My brain,
but I tell you that a sleep thing, that the schedule thing matters. But and that we were talking about the other day. I said, bro, I worked every day last week, and I woke up for yesterday morning. I was kind of fried, man. I was like, and it wasn't even the fact that I was like, it was anything crazy, like overly exerted, whatever. It was my normal. It's basically my normal, got 4 workouts in, 3 cardio sessions in, got all that shit done, ate well, slept enough. But it was just a constant boom, 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 without any kind of disconnect, you know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, man, because we, I was talking offline, went diving. I was like, I like diving. But even I got up this morning, I was like, I'm not prepared to mentally to dive. I kind of just want to do nothing for 3 days or like a little small vacation. But I mean, but that's a well-adjusted adult human. Imagine, a 14, 15, 16-year-old. Yeah, man, it's different times. Yeah, I don't think we grew up like that.
No, not at all. It wasn't like that for me, or at least it didn't. I don't remember it that way. I don't remember it being that way for my parents. And again, a lot of it's self-induced, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not work, but it is mentally.
Yeah.
We both work full-time jobs during the week and work out. We do, we have lives and stuff, but we do this once a week. I'm doing a little extra, but my schedule's not as wild as yours. So I'm recording 4 shows this week, plus I'm still doing business stuff, book stuff, website stuff. It's like even when I'm not working, I'm working.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
It is a lot, bro.
Again, it's not always me. It's not a pity.
No. It's a great problem to have.
Oh no. I'm doing all these things that I enjoy doing, and it's going well.
Oh my god!
But I'm sleepy. Sleepy.
Oh my god! Nobody said we're not grateful. I just
no, not at all. It's very fun.
Yeah.
No, fully enjoy it. All right,
the power of momentum.
Momentum.
Power
hey, read my own goddamn handwriting.
Yeah, the power of momentum. That's something I was thinking about. I was talking about it on therapy this weekend, and shout out to my old high school baseball coach, Coach Macaluso. He actually just retired. He retired last year.
Is he in New Jersey? And
he's not in New Jersey.
That was in the Marines.
No, not that one. But definitely an Italian guy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Hey! Come on.
Cool.
Hey,
cool, bro.
Hey, right? But he was teaching us this thing, and it's obviously we all played sports and how that translates in life, and you learn some lessons that translate both sides, right? We were talking about the lesson that I took that he was trying to teach us at the moment was for baseballs, for base running, right? And he says we were talking about taking a lead off a base as opposed to getting your lead, kind of like depending on whatever base you're on, right? But we just happened to be talking about third base at the time. He's like, I don't want you to take a lead off third base. He said, what I want you to do is when the pitcher starts his motion, I want you to walk steadily. I want you to get your momentum going first. He's like, so he's like, and we're like, but I'm further back than I would be if I would have taken the lead. He's like, let me show you something. He's like, I'm going to take these 2 guys, our 2 fastest guys on the team. We ended up by separated, hey, speed wise, like, hey, you guys are about the same speed, blah, 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 whatever, right? So we're going to do a little test. He's like, I want the person, I want you to lead off, and then I want you to start walking from, so like when you would steal the base, when he starts his motion, I want you to walk, I want you to get your lead, and then when you think it's ready to go, I want you to go. Every single time the guy who was already started to walk from a further distance beat the other guy every time. And he's like, what I'm trying to get you to see is that your momentum, like it's easier to move faster and it's easier to go once you've already got your momentum going. He's like, so I know it seems like a further distance. He's like, but if you start here momentum wise and kind of gradually work your way up, it's so much easier to pick up speed as opposed to just starting from standstill and going full speed in one direction. He's like, it's less violent on your body. It's easier. You're going to win every time. And I always took that and applied it kind of like to life. He's like, and I paired that with a Chris Hemsworth, by Thor from MCU, right? I was watching one of his documentaries or whatever. I think he was sick or some shit like that. But he's talking about preparing for the role. And he's like, obviously nobody's ever motivated all the time, right? He's like, I found, if you just start. Like the hardest part is just starting. The hardest part is just getting that momentum, getting that ball rolling. It's like, like pushing a car, right? The hardest part is always once you get it rolling, it's easier to pick it up, gradually easier to pick up speed or do whatever you need to do. Just gotta get it started. And Chris Hemsworth was saying, he's like, instead of finding the motivation to start, I just start and I find motivation from the movement. He's like, I find motivation while I'm going. Damn, I am doing it. Oh, I'm making progress. I'm doing it. And that gets the ball rolling faster and faster and faster. And I've tried to take that and apply that to one, my workouts as of last year or so with all the knee shit, right? But just starting, right? Usually I'm like, no, I don't feel like, nobody ever fucking feels like doing anything per se, right? That's feeling like doing something is very fleeting and few and far between, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was like, just starting is the hardest part. Once you start, bro, I was like, I find once I start, had some of the best workouts, by just, 10 minutes, an hour and a half ago, I didn't feel like doing this shit. And then, as a case in point, yesterday, I was doing some chest work. Wasn't planning on doing heavy bench day at all. As a matter of fact, I felt pretty weak. Like I said, pretty run down from the week before. Ended up hitting some pretty good goals. I think I hit like 425 for 3. I was like, all right, okay.
Feeling it.
I wouldn't have called that at the beginning of this. I was like, damn, can I get 315 for 5? Cause I don't really feel like it today, but but I find that the power of momentum is a strong thing. I don't know if it's just because age wise you're slowing down or whatever. I was like, but I found that just tried to not just take it from the gym or whatever, but I just apply it to life. Like this morning, I was like, bro, I'm telling you, I was not in the mood to die. We got a text last night at like 10 o'clock. It was like, hey, we got 2 extra spots. Be there at 7:30 in the morning. Oh, okay. Okay. But once we started, I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad I did that. Yep. I'm glad I did that. But it took a lot to kind of get it rolling.
Well, I can relate rehabbing my knee, which is getting old and monotonous now because I'm like impatient. It should already be fixed by now, even though it's only been three months. But it should already be fixed in my opinion.
Okay.
But there are days where I'm like, and I'll say this: there's days where a lot of days where I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I'll go, and then I'll ride the bike. And sometimes when I ride the bike, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it, and I go have a great workout. I feel good. I'm happy I did it. But there's also days where I'm like, I am not feeling this. But then I'll do the bike, I'll do the row machine. I just keep it real light. Next thing I know, it's been 45 minutes and I've been moving. I wouldn't say I had a great workout.
Yeah.
But it's more than I would have done if I didn't go.
Exactly.
I was like, all right, at least I did something. So I hear what you're saying. And then on the flip side of that, I don't know. I never want to come off douchey, but I'm very happy with the way the podcast thing is turning out. But we talked about it. Yep. And it originally started with the cell phone and the AirPods. And the original concept was me just talking into the mic. And I was just going to tell stories for my kids.
Yeah.
And the original idea was like, I was just going to go through cases and stories. I had all this stuff written down. I was like, oh, this will be good. It'll be fun. The first one sucked ass and I hated it and it was miserable. And I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I need somebody to help me. And now it's turned into its own thing and it's fun. And it's turned into 2 shows, and soon to be 3 and soon to be 4. See what I mean? Like, but at least I started. And I will say this, my kids made the intro and outro. I mean, it's the same song, but for Street Tales 5 years ago.
Tales from the Streets.
Hey, that's baby girl, bro.
That's what makes me laugh every time.
That's baby girl, bro.
Yeah, that's Nani. Streets.
Tales from the streets. She loved it. But no, power of momentum, right? You just do it.
Yeah, and a lot, bro. I'll tell you, a lot of that shit is like it compounds, man. It really does compound over time, and it's like I can tell when I haven't been doing shit for a while.
Yeah.
Like my mobility on my right side is fucking absolute trash, absolute trash. But I'm like I'm in that because I'm in a space of fuck. I gotta get this thing rolling.
Yes,
consistently to like, all right, get back to. I was doing full fucking splits in high school, playing baseball.
For real?
Like, yeah, man.
I've never been that. I'm pretty fucking flexible, but I've never been it. Like, not. I guess that's. I don't know what that is. Hips. I don't know. I've never been able to do splits. I didn't know you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Something new.
I know. Yeah, bro.
I mean, I figured you were doing backflips off the chain link fence.
Bro, arms out, bro.
I used to think I was hot shit because I could do it off the swing set, bro.
Exactly. Neighborhood gymnastics, bro. Gold medal.
Well, actually, was it gymnastics or what was it? What was it called? Parkour.
Parkour.
See, they've been doing parkour in the trailer park in the fucking hood for a long time, baby.
A long time. They've been doing.
And I can say that I grew up in the trailer park, so I can't say that. We've been jumping off shit for days, snapping ankles and skinning knees.
Yeah, people are like, oh man, I can't believe you hopped the fence. I was like, did you not play outside as a kid? What are you talking about? I was like, how else were we going to go over there and get the fucking ball? What are you talking? What are you doing?
Talking about? How else are you going to get away from the kids that were going to beat your ass?
Exactly.
The youngins.
I was like, oh, you guys didn't jump off the roof of the pool house, the clubhouse into the pool? You guys didn't do that? Oh, so we did.
Yeah.
How do you think we're going to get up there?
Actually, I don't know if you can see it on my face. No, the camera, I can't see it.
You're just doing the last face in the camera, bro.
No, I have a scars from right here, but I was, running from kids, nothing bad. We're just playing.
Yeah.
And this was in Georgia, and people that I guess I'm sure it's other places, but in Georgia, these vines, the prickly ones, the thorny vines would grow down from the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you could see them because they're big and they have the big fucking thorns on them, but I was running and it was a little one, like a baby one, and it caught my face and hooked me and pulled me, and I landed on my back, and it was just hanging in my chest. And I came home and I'm just bleeding out of my face, and my mom was like, holy shit. And she was like, who did this to you? And I was like, me. Oh shit, I don't know why I tell that story, but there it is. Playing in the hood, baby. Or not trailer park, not the hood. But anyhow,
I know.
I digress. Well, I think this rolls into the time as relative.
Yeah, man. I talked about this too. Other stuff where it's like my train of thought is and obviously we talk all the time, so you know this. Especially to this, I think I notice it more in romantic relationships, right? Where it's like
I didn't know we were going this way. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, as an example, right? But it's like you have like these intense emotions or like these intense moments or impactful moments in your life, right? That seem, I guess, like when you're in the moment, it seems like, man, this could last forever. Or like this is such a big moment or whatever, right? But given time, right? It's like, damn, I don't even think about that. I don't even think about it. Or like a girl you dated, you're like, oh man, I would, all the bullshit. I love you forever, whatever, right? It's like you get to the point.
Good feeling, bro. I love it,
bro. I'm talking about, but don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the feeling. I love the feeling. I would keep that feeling all the time if I could, all the time, every day, right? I was like, but think about it, and that's why I was saying time is relative. It's like for something that maybe took place, I don't know, a year ago, 6 months ago, that kind of shit's like, damn, I don't even think about that anymore. Right? It doesn't even enter my brain. It's like I saw a meme the other day. I was like, damn girl, today I thought about you 47 times instead of 3,047. You're losing me. Right. but it's relative, like, cause I give an example like that, right?
Yeah.
But then something that seems so small and minuscule in the grand scheme of your life, it's like, man, I can remember this way. I can remember the day I got the phone call from Detective Huggins saying, "Hey, you got the job." I remember where the fuck I was. I was at work at Tim's. I had to step outside the back door to take it. And I remember like happy cry, like, "Oh man, look, this is gonna change my life." Like I can remember that vividly, like it was yesterday. Feel the emotions, smell the smells, the whole thing. Versus like, so I'm like, man, it really is just like when you're looking at like, well, that was what that was like 15 years ago, 14 years ago, as opposed to some things that happened more recently. You're like, bro, I don't even think about that shit anymore. So it's like it's crazy to me how like that. And that's what I mean by it's relative. It's like you would think the more. Also, they would say time is not linear, right? I was like, but we live life in a linear way. But you would think that something that's closer to the end or more recent, recency bias, right, would be in your head more as opposed to like other shit. And I kind of just been on my mind like for like the last week or so.
Well, relationally, I will say it is always weird when I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That the moments after the breakup when it's like, someone you used to talk to every day, multiple times a day, and now it's like, I'm never going to talk to you again.
Ever again. It's crazy.
I think I'm better at that than you are. But anyhow, I digress.
Wait.
For me, I'm like, and boop, now I got a full clean. I can't do it. But to your point, funny enough, I remember just to relate to you with HSO, but I was actually trying to go to OCS, and I don't know if I told you the story or not, but Tuesday I was supposed to have a meeting with the commandant to go. I was going to sign papers and like, hey, you're in, because I'd made it basically. He had to reschedule. Friday I got the call, hey, congratulations, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. I remember hanging up the phone. I was like, damn it, because I had made a promise to, well, now my ex-wife, but I was like, whichever one calls me first, and I'm like, dude, of course the Army's gonna snatch my ass up. I'm like, come on, baby, like, you see this? You see all this? And I ended up going to ACS. So I will say, I'm glad it happened. The profession, I've fallen in love with the profession. But anyhow, but to your point, those moments when you're when I got the call for the Secret Service, I was like, I finally made it. Because also, think about that. I had just got booted out of FBI because they didn't like my fucking push up. And I was so excited because I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a special agent. And I was like, finally, it's funny to me now because I felt bad leaving the main state police because I actually really liked it, but it's just $40,000 a year, bro. You just can't. You can't. It's not for the money, but like I need to be able to buy groceries. Anywho, and then you look back after 7 years, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say they lied to me. But this shit sucks, bro. and let me rephrase it. It sucks if you have kids and stuff because you don't live your life. You live someone else's. Period. Yeah. And some people thrive in that, bro. They love it. Traveling the world, doing wild shit that you can't pay money. It doesn't matter how rich you are. You can't pay money to do some of the shit that we did. Yeah. You can't because unless you are the president,
unless you're the person,
unless you are the person, you're not going to have the same experience that we had. And again, not that it was me. I was there having the experience with them. Yeah. You can't put money on that.
Can't.
You know what I mean? So there's pros and cons, but it is interesting because I do remember oh my God, I finally made it. Everything's going to be okay. But then reality sets in and it's like, shit, I got to go to another training for 6 months. Anyway, I've talked about this stuff. I've been through the most academies of anybody I've ever known.
the most highly trained academy.
I have been trained in the basics of firearms, DT, and criminal investigations more than anyone else. I'm like, really? Do I have to get tased again? I've already been tased 5 times. Like, no, you got to do it. All right. Do I got to get pepper sprayed again?
Yes.
Can I show you a video of how I did last time? It was not great. Actually, did I ever tell you this with the Maine State Police dude? So again, and I'm a terrible guy to talk to about football. They're like, yeah, but you played. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't like follow it. And then law enforcement stuff like, oh, what kind of OC do you use? I don't know.
No.
The ones that we use in the county was like the clear one. The Maine State Police, they use the orange one, which is like mixed. I guess it's like capsaicin and OC or some shit. Anyway, it's orange. Let me tell you something. It burns warm. But when they sprayed us at Maine State Police, the sergeant came up and rubbed it into your eye. He wanted to make sure it was in your fucking eyeball.
Like, bro, back and fuck up.
Yeah, there was no tricks of like, closing your eye and tilting your head down. No. You got to get it in there.
You good? You done? Thanks a lot, bro. Fuck out of here. Shit. I got it, bro. I got it. I got it. We got
bro. And I still had a terrible reaction. Always will.
Yeah. But you know what, bro? You're right. You are way better at snipping shit than I am. It takes time for me, bro. It's relative. It takes time.
I know.
It takes time for me, bro.
I don't know what's good or bad. I don't know what's healthier, to be honest with you. I have no fucking clue. Because sometimes I'm like, dude, that's crazy. He can still, because you can maintain friendships and even loose affiliation with people that you used to envision having a life with, and now it is no more. And they're with somebody else. There's no fucking way. I can't do it, bro. I'm awful.
Yeah, that's to a point, right? There's I've definitely gotten.
Can you hear that? Oh, okay, sorry.
I've definitely gotten better about that. I don't want to say cutting it off, right? But it's like just process. For me, it just takes I process things all the way through, and once I'm done with it, then I'm done with it. But I don't. And I was actually talking about this in therapy. Is one thing I don't do is lie to myself about how I feel about shit, right? So there's things that didn't work out that
you gotta get a boom mic, bro. See if you like.
Well, I just bumped it.
You like to move around too, bro. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
But there's things that didn't work out that I probably dodged a bullet, but that doesn't separate the emotion that I had for it, right? It's like I don't like some of that shit bothers me to this day. It bothers the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm not hurt by it. I am, but at the same time, it's like I can do what you can do, but at the same time, it's like you know what? And I was like, damn. I could hear myself saying this to people on like domestic. 7 billion people on the planet. You chose this one, huh? I'm like, I was like, I gotta eat the crow on that one because I gotta listen to my own advice. Got me shit.
Listen. As one who has walked through the valley of hypocrisy, living one way, telling people don't do this, without saying don't do this because I'm doing it and it's a terrible idea. You really should not. I try not to do that anymore, but I did do that for a while. And yeah, you just I think we talk about it. So there's sometimes when you think you're doing the right thing for all the right reasons, and then it all blows up in your face, and you got to push all the poop into the middle of the floor so everybody can look at it, and you just go,
fucked up. Okay.
This was me. I meant well, and I'm sorry. And then people, you lose friends. I've lost friendships, and I've lost people that I thought were like, damn, really? Because of that? That's why. I mean, the thing, I understand. I get it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's funny. That actually takes me to. I had another thing I wrote down when you talking earlier. This leads right into it. Conflict in relationships, right? In any kind of relationship, right? Obviously, romantic ones are probably going to be the more.
Those are the harder ones.
Yeah, the more difficult ones, right? Friendships are. I don't think they're as much conflict or as friction because maybe like you said, you're not as emotionally invested in some senses, in some cases, right?
BJ, if you break up with me, that will devastate me.
Well, I'm saying, of course, we're best friends. We've been best friends forever, right? That would hurt me. You know what I'm saying? But
that would hurt me, bro.
That would hurt me, right? But like,
but I hear what you're saying, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but it's like I was having a conversation one time, right? And this is probably it's hard to be fucking. I was either apparel like just out of college or like maybe still in college or finishing or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I know who you're talking about. Go ahead.
And this girl was like, "Oh," she's like, how would your life be like without me?" I'm like, "Lady," I was like, first of all, I would be fine. I was like, would I be bothered? Would I be hurt? Yes, of course. Yeah. Would I be what I wanted at this current moment? No. There's nothing that has happened to this point that would make me want to not try this out or take this road, right? I was like, but I will be fine. I will pick it up and move forward because there's no other option. There's no other choice. I'll move forward and matriculate through my life and figure it the fuck out. Like I'm not gonna fall apart because you're not in my world. No. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to be here, it's up to you. But I like you and I want you and I want you to be here, but only if you want to be here. If you don't want to be here, you're not a prisoner. Even more recently, I told the young lady, I said, listen, I love you enough to get the fuck out of your way. I love you enough to get out of your way. If this is what I care enough about you, that I'm listening to what you're telling me. Okay, I'll get out of your way. I'll be over there, not involved, not doing whatever, because it's what you're telling me, right? Why would I want to not give you what you're asking me for if I can give it to you?
Yeah.
Even if it's at the detriment of me, that's what it means to love somebody. So it's like, I want you to have what you want. If it's not me, then will it bother me? Of course it will. It's like, but do I want you to have it? Of course. I don't want anything bad for your life. I want you to have the best life you could possibly have.
Now listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to be a hypocrite because I still struggle with it, but I've got better at it, I think. In my own head, I have anyway. It's like, why do breakups have to be so nasty? I don't see the reason for it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Again, there are. Let me back it up. There are many reasons why. Nothing criminal, no violence, no debauchery. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. It's just two people living together, grinding out, and then at a certain point, you just go, it's just this isn't working for me. I just don't like it. I'm not happy. And not that happiness needs to be everything. And again, I'm not talking about kids. I'm not talking about none of that shit. I'm just saying you're dating or whatever. And you're just trying to figure it out. We're adults, right? Yeah. Why does it have to go nasty? Why does it have to be that way? It's like, listen, I wish you nothing, but I don't wish you ill will. I don't want to call you out your name. I don't want none of that for you. This just isn't, call it bad timing, call it whatever you want to call it. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just not working.
Here's what I think.
I'm saying these words has never happened once. It's always been, you motherfucker. It's always like that.
Here's what I think. In the context of what you just described.
Yeah.
I think it is a person who is upset. Ultimately, probably, if they're honest with themselves, they don't like themselves. And the fact that this person also does not like them in the way that they want to be liked in their esteem is kind of like the mirror of like, oh shit, maybe this person sees me, or maybe, whatever. It's like it opens up to them like, oh wait, they don't like me. I also don't like me. Well, fuck. Now I have to take some accountability.
Maybe it's me.
I have to take some accountability to figure out, what's going on or whatever, right? Yeah. And like you were saying before, it's like I obviously I have exes, right? And I can speak to them, but at the same time, I'm able to, at least I try to, and I think I do a pretty good job with it, of being able to, or actually a much better job as I've gotten older and gone to therapy and learned about myself and that kind of shit, right? I'm able to articulate how I feel, how said person makes me feel. Or people can't make you feel a certain way, right? But how I feel about the interaction between me and said person, and what I would, and why I'm bringing it up, right? Most people are like, well, why are you bringing it up? I was like, well, because it bothers me, and I want a solution. That otherwise, why the fuck would I bring it up? I wouldn't be talking. If I didn't want something to change, I wouldn't bring it up.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were going to talk about. Intimate relationships, like, and I fall victim of it too. I love this person. I care about this person. I want to be this person. I don't want to upset this person. So it gets harder to say, hey, you're doing this and I don't like it. Or the worst ones. I see you're doing this. It's not going to go well for you. I'm trying to tell you it's not.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt your feelings. It sucks when you do it, but it's like, again, that's one of those things. If you love that person, it's like, if you don't say it, who the fuck is going to tell them?
And that leads into, I think we talked about this before. People are like, oh, I resent this person. I was like, you don't resent me. I was like, your resentment is an internal feeling.
Yeah.
Right. People like to push it out. Like, I resent that motherfucker. I was like, no, you resent yourself for not addressing things that they were doing that were bothering you. And that's why you're upset. That's why you're upset. You're upset with yourself, not with me. Yeah. Right? Because if I didn't know, how the fuck was I supposed to do something about it?
That's a whole other thing. You should have known.
How? What the?
I thought we was good.
I thought everything was fine because you didn't say anything. But, all right, well, okay.
Fair enough. Well, we had relationship hour.
Yeah.
I love it. But all good, brother. Anything else you want to?
No, I think that's it for now, man. I think that's it for now.
We're going to keep grinding, baby.
Keep on it, baby.
All right. I'm going to be that guy because we get like, I'm actually very proud because this is just you and me, no guests, nothing like that. But we get like 10,000 views every time we do something.
Hey.
But we have 16 subscribers. So I don't know what the issue is with that, but please, gently
like, share
that button. Just tap
like, share, subscribe, follow.
Just tap it a little bit, Actually, even if you don't like it, just,
subscribe anyway.
Help
follow
us.
Anyway.
What does it cost you?
Absolutely
nothing.
Fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I thought about this. I was actually going to make a post about this shit before. I was like, you know what?
Help somebody out, bro. You see somebody with 16 followers, help them out. Damn.
I'm like, you motherfuckers are haters. And this is why I say, I was like, you motherfuckers are fake haters. Everybody on your friends list who doesn't, like, bro, if you have 50 followers, you should have 50 likes every time you do something.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're a motherfucking hater. That's just the way I feel about it. It could be personal or whatever. I'll take it.
Or you got 30, 40 people like, yo, I listen to your show. But do you? Because I only got like 16 subscribers. So
can tell.
Do you? How would I know? Say something. Say something, motherfucker.
I'm not gonna have resentment for not telling you how I feel about that. Like, share, and motherfucker.
I'm gonna tell you to your face.
I'm telling you right now. Like, share, and follow, so I'll start resenting you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, anyway, yeah. All right, bro. No threats for likes.
Exactly.
All right, bro.
All right, brother.